Hey guys, it's John Moore with DLLS Rangers minor league recap for March the 30th, 2025. This is the second day of the minor league recap. We're going to put it together real quick. Only team that played is obviously the AAA Round Rock Express, who opened their season Friday night in Tacoma, losing 6-1. They went ahead last night and lost again. Let's go to the box score real quick on that. They lost 3-1 to the Rainiers. Couple of guys stood out in this one. First of all, you got to give a heads up to David Buchanan, who was the starter for Round Rock. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 2 Ks, 2 base on balls, and 4 hits. Did 5 innings. This is one of those journeyman guys who signed a minor league deal with the Rangers. He's at AAA looking for a big league job. He spent about he's made about 36 starts in the major leagues. This is just a guy that's filling space. There may be times during this season when the Rangers need to go to an arm, somebody that they can DFA if they're not going to stay up. Gerson Garabito was one that kind of went in this path, and look at him now. He made this team out of opening day. There are guys like this all over. They're playing for jobs anywhere. Maybe with the couple of injuries the Rangers have had, there might be a spot where a spot start's needed, and these guys can get a call to the big leagues to make a spot start, or other teams can look at him that need pitching. He probably has an out in his conflicts in his contract because he's because he is a major league veteran, and he's old enough that he could probably has an out in his contract if he can sign with another big league team. So now let's go to the guys that had a couple of decent games there. First of all, the actual player of the game is going to be Justin Foscue. Our buddy Justin Foscue. He was 3 for 4 last night. He got the only extra base hit, which was a double. He's actually leading the team right now. If you look right now, he's hitting 571 and he's got a 1.339 OPS. But we're talking about now that's the second game of the season. The other guy that we've kind of been keeping an eye on and watching this year is going to be Evan Carter. And Carter went 1 for 5 last night. He struck out. I did it last night. He was 0 for 4 at the time, He was 1 for 4 at the time, and he struck out to end the game. They had 2 guys on base. The Express were down by 2, and he did strike out. But, he got a hit last night. He got a single. He had a couple of balls that left the bat at over 100 miles an hour. One of them was 106 miles an hour, I think, maybe both of them. In any case, one of the things you're looking for with Carter, the opening night he walked. He did go 0 for 4 the opening night, but he walked. But his game, if y'all remember when he was drafted in that 2020 COVID shortened draft, he was taken in the second round, and nobody knew who this guy was. Remember that? I mean, he was not on anybody's top 500. They thought the Rangers had reached. Became apparent after they had gotten him signed that they had found somebody. The key to Carter's game is his plate selection. He is amazing at the plate, and that's what they're looking for in Carter. Well, he's seeing pitches. When you're hitting the ball over 100 miles an hour, the first night he walked. That's all he did. He walked the first night, opening night, Friday night. Last night he hits a couple of balls over 100 miles an hour, got his first hit. He did strike out, but everybody strikes out to end the game. But one thing you're looking at for him is he seeing pitches, and is he going back to his game? His game starts out, the box score doesn't have to show that he's hitting home runs. It doesn't even have to show that his average is at 300. What it needs to show is that he's going long at bats, and he's drawing some on base percentage. That's his game. When his on base percentage starts to go up, because usually, if you'll remember, his strikeouts and his walks stay about even. That's a great player. That's a guy that sees the ball well. Carter, to get back to where Carter was, needs to be walking, needs to be seeing a lot of pitches and barreling the ball. He can't help it that 2 balls at 106 miles an hour or over 100 miles an hour, one of them he lined out. That's just bad luck. That's hitting it at somebody. That's what you want to see out of Carter. So semi good things to, even though he's only hitting about 100. What do they got him hitting? 111 right now. This is what they're wanting to see. They want to see a guy that's barreling the ball when he gets a bat on him, and there's also taking more pitches and getting a walk. So Evan Carter got his first hit last night, struck out to end the game, but hit a couple of balls over 100 miles an hour. That's what we want to see. They play one more today. We'll try to get something out tomorrow. None of the other teams are playing right now. They're going to start this next Friday. All three below that are going to start. You're going to have AA Frisco, the Hub City Spartanburgers, and the Hickory Crawdads all start their seasons on Friday. So, guys, until next time, this is the minor league recap. We'll see you at the yard.